Then the next problem could can be hypotension, that is reduction in the blood pressure of the patient. Then other problems can be the convulsions that patient is suffering from uh, because of the drug. So in that case, benzodiazepine drug, that is drug drugs like diazepam or lorazepam are given intravenously. Then cardiac arrhythmia can arise. So for this is especially for when the drug is when the poison is tricyclic antidepressant, etc. Beta adreno receptor blockers, etc. Then acidosis, hypoxia. Acidosis means the blood pH is reduced. Hypoxia is low oxygen to the in the blood. Electrolyte imbalance can occur in the patients. Then hypothermia occurs if the poison was CNS depressant. Then immobility, uh, patient is not able to move. Then rhabdomyolysis, that is breakage of muscles, can occur to the patient. So what is the cure? How can we? Firstly, whatever drug was ingested by the patient, the first thing after detecting the poison is uh, first is to stop the absorption of the poison. That is how much, if there if the drug poison was around 5 gram or 10 gram that was ingested by the patient by mistake or by purposefully, the first step is to stop the absorption of the drug or the poison from the GI tract. How can we do that? Firstly, if the poison or the substance of toxic substance was ingested, for supposedly it was ingested 10 grams, so only a few, if the time has not, the duration of ingestion to reaching to hospital is very less, so the time period is very less, the absorption might not be that uh, hardly 1 gram of the substance has been absorbed. So in that case, what you can do is firstly remove out all the poison that was ingested, that is the 9 grams of poison will be removed out from the GI tract. Or other thing that can be done is stopping the absorption. That is, what if the 9 grams is yet to get absorbed in the GI tract, they give such treatments that it is not able, it is not free, it is getting binded to some compounds, adsorbent materials, which will not allow its absorption in the GI tract. So preventing further absorption of poison, it is done. Firstly, the gut decontamination can be done. It is only contraindicated when the substance is corrosive, as in it is going to burn the skin layer, the esophagus, etc. So in that conditions, the decontamination or the inducing vomiting is contraindicated. So corrosive substances can be there or hydrocarbons can be there, which can go, if if you induce vomiting for hydrocarbons or corrosive substance, they are going to burn the esophagus layer, epidermal layer of the esophagus. Hydrocarbon will enter your alveolar spaces. Hence, it is contraindicated in in such cases. Emesis or the quick quick movement of bowels is induced by the with the help of syrup of ipecacuanha. Ipecacuanha is a naturally occurring plant which gives increased bowel movements. So that can be done. Or oral adsorbents. What do you mean by oral adsorbents? That is, adsorbent is a material which is going to bind to the compound. It is not allowing to it to get absorbed in the GI tract. It is not going to allow it to go to the bloodstream of the patient. Hence, oral adsorbents are given. Adsorbents such as activated charcoal is given to the patient. Charcoal is the nearest easily available charcoal is the burnt bread. You just uh, if there's an emergency case, then you can just burn the bread on flame and give it to the person. So when is it given? Whenever there is metal toxicity because of metal salts, cyanide, alcohol such as different alcohol such as ethanol, methanol and ethylene glycol, petroleum distillates, DDT or clophenotane. These are pesticides, malathion and strong acid, alkalis, corrosive agents, etc. So this is charcoal is the preferred way. 50 gram of charcoal is given. 5 to 10 times amount of the poison that was ingested, you have to give the charcoal, and if necessary it is repeated. And if the patient is in the vomiting conditions, then the charcoal is given in through the nasogastric tube. So activated charcoal is the most effective because it is going to stop the absorption. Around 40 to 50% of absorption is prevented because of charcoal. So it cannot be given to patients, like it is very difficult to give patients who are in drowsy or in coma conditions. So that is a problem with charcoal. Apart from charcoal, Fuller's earth, that is a ammonium silicate salt that can be given for problems such as herbicides. That is, a parakeet is a herbicide. So in that case, diakeet, parakeet, cholesteramine, cholestipol, etc. can be given to the patient. Then whole bowel irrigation means all your GI tract would be cleaned. How can it be cleaned? Let us see. It so enteric it is after the charcoal treatment, a sustained release formulation is given, and the whole uh, whole bowel GI tract is cleaned with the help of the sustained release formulation. All the contents of the GI tracts are removed, means the bowel movement will clear out all the contents in the GI tract. It is only contraindicated when patients are having bowel obstruction or perforation or hemodynamic instability. Means if the large intestine colon has problem in the inner layer, it is contraindicated in such cases. And catharetics are compounds which will clean out the bowel. they can also be given. So such compounds such as sorbitol, magnesium sulfate are also given. The next step is acceleration of elimination of the poison. So you have stopped the poison from getting absorbed. The next step is to remove out, speedily remove out the poison. So we will see about it in the next part of the video.